and welcome to my channel. My name is Autumn Embers. Today I'm making a Hobbit cottage because for quite some time now I've been wanting to build a little Hobbit cottage but never known how to go about it. And so on Easter Sunday, it was a very pretty day. It was very sunny and warm. I stayed indoors as you're supposed to do now these days, and I just sat down with my favourite TV programme on in the background, which is Supernatural at the moment. And when I first discovered it, it was on Amazon Prime. I was like, wowza, 13 seasons! Wow, this is going to last me so long! And I think I was thinking that about a month ago, and I have now binge watched pretty much all of it. I'm actually at the last episode in season 9, and I think I will be very lucky if I manage to stretch out the last 3 seasons and make it last till the end of April, because I'm going through them so quickly. Because like I said, I discovered Supernatural was on Amazon Prime, and I think it was the beginning of March. I don't know, March. I felt like March was just like January, just went on for ages. It felt like a year went past, but it was still just 1 month. And so I think it was March. And yeah, I'm on season 10 already, so I don't think it's gonna last me, which is sad because it's right up my alley. Supernatural, the clues in the names all about the supernatural. It's goofy and funny at times, and with some like TV programs, they sort of have like episodes where they don't do anything for that sort of storyline they may have be going at the moment, and so they have like an episode where they don't look at that storyline and do something different, and it's basically a nothing episode. And normally I find those episodes really boring. You can just leave them alone, don't have to watch them, it's not going to do anything for you. But with these episodes in Supernatural, you don't want to miss them, because I think they're really proper funny. They're like proper daft and stupid, but they're funny, and I don't want to miss those non-essential episodes because they are so funny, and it's just right up my alley. And I'm gonna miss it when it goes, because it's gonna be in the next 2 weeks by some of the things where I'm going, and it's so strange. How am I getting it through so quickly? They're like 22 episodes per season. I think the 9th season is like 23 episodes, and I don't know how fast. I don't know how I'm going through them so fast, because I'm basically watching these episodes when everybody else in my house is asleep, because my family has such a diverse things that they like to watch, and it's very hard and difficult for our family to find stuff that we all like to watch. So I don't know how we're getting through these days where we're just stuck indoors, and then all we have to do is watch telly, really. And so I'm like, how are we getting through these days? Because we don't really like anything. We all like different things, and so that's why I'm watching Supernatural when everyone is in bed. And so I'm only really getting through like 3 episodes a night, sometimes 5, because I'm stuck in doing Sims, and I don't have a great sleeping pattern. But sometimes 5 episodes. Sometimes I can sneak one in whilst my dad's out doing his bit of exercise. I can just sneak one in there. And yeah, I'm just going through it so quickly. And so yeah, anyway, back to this build, back to the picture of this build. I'm all over the place. I got like leftover energy because I listened to 2 of my favourite songs, and it just made me so happy. Anyway, back to this build. So yeah, it was Easter Sunday. We've just done our Easter egg hunt. Bit confused and perplexed where my dad had put 2 of them, because he does not remember where. We have found one of them. It was in the garden, which is quite essential to find, because, you know, outside is just full of cats and foxes. They look cute, but, you know, they pee and it stinks. And we found one, and it was just really nice outside. I had the Supernatural on the background. I was just sitting on the sofa building this, and I actually did this in the opposite way round, as you can quite clearly see, because normally when I do builds, I normally sort of like do the outside and then do the garden at the very end. And most of the time when you watch one of my videos, like house building videos, you will not see me doing the garden. That's because I don't really know how to do the garden, and it just means the video itself will be longer, and so that's why I cut it out, because I don't know what I'm doing, and it just means it would make it an even longer video. But with this was very strange, because I sat down and did the garden, and it just sort of like came to me. The best way I can describe it is like when you sit down and you do a bit of colouring in your colouring book, and you just do it very mindlessly. You're not really thinking about it, you just sort of like do it. And this is what I was doing with this garden, and I absolutely love it, because without this garden it would just be like a really flowery fronted house with an oddly shaped roof. So yeah, the garden really makes up for this, and I love it. It is basically, if I think of like an escapism or think like a dreamlike world, it'll be something quite like this, where garden wise it'll be quite like this, where it's sort of very foresty, very wooded, kind of fairy tale picturesque kind of look. This will be like my happy place. And so yeah, this is it. I'm so happy with it. The reason for sort of like I was pulling the the ground up along against the roofing there is because when I think of Hobbit house, I typically think of like a living, growing roof. But we can't have that. We can't change our roofing to be like a grassy type of texture. So I thought, let's see how far we can pull up the terrain, because I know if you put up the terrain around like walls, it doesn't like it. It just makes a big indent and it looks horrendous. It's like, okay, this is not what I wanted. So I did try to see how far I can put up the terrain so it looks like, you know, this house and the outside and the ground that are all one, you know. So that's what I was trying to do. I do cover up the sort of like grassy mounds that are sort of like attached to the build with sort of like lots of flowers. There are so many flowers in this build, because I just felt like it suited it. So a lot of this is from the debug menu. So if you would like to download it from the gallery, I know the gallery at the moment is having some problems. I'm not going to go into it because I don't understand it. So if you do want to download this from the gallery, I do recommend you turning on bb.move objects, because if you do that, the game will strip you from some of the items that I spent so bloody long putting in. 2, you might want to put on testing cheats on to then type in bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects, because again, sometimes when you do that, you put down your house and it just strips it of everything. It's like, where is all my items? Oh, and then you have to go through all those loading screens, type in your cheats, and then it finally works. So you may need to put all that in just for all this to pop up. I thought like an area like this always feels like there should be. I said feels twice then. It always feels like there should be some sort of water feature in here. I would love there to be sort of like an easier way of like a waterfall, because I think that will look great. But the only waterfall things that we have is either a massive sheet of waterfall that you can find in the debug menu, the Discover University ones. They're massive and you can't shrink them down, they go a bit weird. And 2, you can just make a waterfall yourself, but that means you have to put a load of like shooting fountains, and that can take time and sometimes it doesn't look as good as you were hoping. So I thought I'd stick a pool in here, but instead of a nice pristine pool like I would normally do, I made it into like a swampy pool, but like a nice swampy pool, not like, ew, I'm not going into that like disgusting, like a nice swampy pool that you would want to go into. It's probably got some treatment in there, it's probably some chlorine in there, so you're not going to get all sorts of stuff on you. And so You may have saw me put some of those sort of like bubbly grate thingies. I've never used them, and then it occurred to me, oh, I think I'm going to put them in the pool. And so I do put them in the pool. But when I came to live, like sort of like seeing how it all works, I actually quite like it because it's just little bubbles, and as you saw, I stick them like above ground, and it looks sort of like a very sort of fairy tale look with all these bubbles. I quite like it. It was a happy mistake. I quite like it. And also, like I said, I do this house back to front. So I do the garden, and when I go inside, I do the bathroom. Another thing that you don't normally see me do, because it's a bathroom. It's not very exciting. It's just a bathroom. It's where you go to loo. It's where you clean yourself, hopefully. And yeah, so you see me do the bathroom. You are seeing me You are seeing me how I am doing the garden. I love these sort of floaty orby things that I got from the debug menu of what's it called? The Magical World. Hogwarts. I don't know. Realm of Magic. And I've seen quite a few people use these. They've used them in more imaginative ways than I've used them, because I've just basically lifted them up. But during that, just using them very simply still looks pretty good in my opinion. It sort of like elevates it now, makes it feel like, oh, it's so magical and pretty, it's all sparkly. And so yeah, I think it looks great. I did mention in my Horseman Lodge build where I said I was having a bit of a builder's block, and with the Horseman's Lodge it kind of got me out of the builder's block, and I think I am kind of out of the builder's block, but I think I am now in an interiors block, because with the interior of this build, I had no idea how to go about it. And I feel like the interior that I have done for this build, I am quite happy with it. But it kind of reminds me of other builds that I have done. So the interior of this build kind of reminds me of a mixture of the Halloween snug build, the interior of the Wizard's Lair, and the interior of Chestnut's cottage, and it was just fine. They all look great, but when I do interiors, I would like to have them slightly different, so like have a new interior for each house that I make. And yeah, which is kind of sad. It's kind of strange, because when I was in The Sims 3, when I was just doing stuff for myself in The Sims 3, I had no idea people could make videos, making Sims videos, and put it on a platform called YouTube. And I was on The Sims 3, and normally I would just decorate the interior of the ready-made pre-built houses that were there in the world for us. And normally I would just sort of like decorate the interior. I wouldn't even touch the exterior. I would just perhaps change a few windows, and that was about it. But normally I would love doing the interior of a build and not the exterior. The only time when I was really interested in the exterior of a build in The Sims 3 was when I started to discover there are videos on a platform called YouTube where people were making houses in The Sims 4, and I was like, oh, they look so pretty, and I really wanted to join in, but building in The Sims 3 was a lot harder than it is building in The Sims 4. You have a bit more restrictions, and yeah, it was only really when I started watching and then playing The Sims 4, I really got into doing exterior like building and really focusing on the exterior. And so that's why I feel it's so strange that the one thing that I felt more comfortable doing, which is the interior, is now a problem that I'm starting to have. Because it makes sense for me to have a builder's block with the exterior, because it is a thing that I'm not really used to doing until I got into The Sims 4. So yeah, so I'm having a bit of an interior block. Hopefully I can get rid of it via two ways. One way is cheaper than the other. So the first way, which is the cheap option, and I hope and pray I can do it by doing this, which is just to use my exercise allowance and just go outside and do a bit of exercise and just refresh my eyeballs a little bit, you know, and just have like a inspirational moment in my noggin. or I could buy a new pack, which means spending money, which I don't particularly want to do because I don't have much money at the moment. I think everyone's in the same boat. And I've been having my eye on the pack, which is the Moschino pack. I know when everyone announced it, it's like, really, Moschino? Are you gonna give that to us? But what even is it? Oh, it's a designer brand. What? Why are you giving this to us? But I think people were pleasantly surprised with the build buy objects that were in there, and I quite like the look of them. And I know it's only £10, but that's £10 too much for me. And so yeah, I hope it's the first one because the second one requires me spending money. I am kind of interested in the Island Paradise. What's it called? The Sunshine World with your mermaids that don't do anything. I do have my eye on that. I wasn't too sure on it. It's I don't think I want it. But there are only I think there's only 3 items in the build buy catalogue that I'm really kind of interested in. One is the sort of thatch, hay, grass, roofing lining. Because we don't have that. I don't have that at the moment. So if I'm doing a thatch roofing, I think this one is thatched. I have to choose the plain old boring normal roof trim, which kind of looks stupid and strange. And so I think that'll be handy dandy. 2 is I think they have tiny square tile rugs. They look quite good because they kind of look like tiles that I use quite a lot in Pinterest kitchens. I think they'll come in handy dandy. The other thing that I am interested in this pack is the Island pack, not Moschino. Is the wallpaper. You sort of the wooden, rustic, colourful wallpaper. I think that looks great, but £30 just for 3 items that I'm interested in is a big fat no-no for me. And so I might, if I do go outside and I don't have a brainwave and I'm still stuck in this interior lock, then I might have to go ahead and buy the Moschino stuff pack, which I really don't want to do, because like I said, that's just spending money, and I know it's only 10, it's that's not a lot. Yeah, it is. So yeah, hopefully I can just get through this despite going outside and seeing something else that isn't my 4 walls. I'm part of me is do I start this voice over again? Just because, and like I said, I'm sort of talking so quickly, and it feels like I'm not quite making sense, because I listen to 2 of my favourite songs and they just make me so happy and you just want to dance to them. And so when I did this voice at the very beginning, I had so much energy left over from it. So I was do I start this again? I don't know, because I don't think I have a video for today, and I don't want to let you guys down. It's part of it that I just don't know what to do. So I don't know. Do I feel a film a part of the what's it called? My Black Widow challenge? Do I do that? Quickly edit that so you got video for Wednesday? Or do I keep going with this voiceover? I don't know. This is a very weird conversation to have, but with something that you're watching, but I'm just thinking out loud, and that's what we're basically doing when doing voiceovers, is thinking out loud, really. And so I don't really know if I should start again. If I do carry on, well, you got this weird conversation going in this weird video, I don't know. But at the moment I'm doing the interior, and like I said, it's a weird combination of interiors that I have already done. I mean, I like it, but I just wish it was something slightly more different. And the way I went about it was to use items that I don't normally use. So the kitchen, I'm using my favourite kitchen counters. I love them. I love the colours of them. I love the door handles. And I just really, really like the set of Parenthood. Parenthood is a great pack, gameplay and building wise. I really wanted to use that, what's it called, that Realm of Magic lamp, the huge one. But again, it's too huge, and if you size it down, the orby globy things, they don't come with. It's like when you upsize the candle in when you upsize the candle, the flame doesn't come with. So that's a bit weird, but I've done it before. But if you don't look too closely, you're all right. I did do this sort of like big oversized shelf. Now I've done that before again in the Wizard's Lair, I think it's called. It's in Realm of Magic. But yeah, I've done that before. I really like it. It's a bit of a shame that the wood colours didn't quite tie in. I mean, it kind of does, because when I was doing this, I was more trying to tie it in the sort of, I don't know, honeywood tones and the greens. I wasn't really thinking about sort of like the creamy colour of the cupboards. But as I'm looking here right now, it kind of does tie in, because the creaminess of the shelf and the creaminess of the cabinets themselves do sort of tie in together. So we have this weird gap here because it is a diagonal kitchen, and when you put things on a diagonal wall, they sometimes become bigger, and so things don't fit properly. So I use this sort of small cabinet that you would normally use in a bathroom, but we're not going to look at it as that. We're going to think the towels that you would use for your bathroom as tea towels, and those little bottles inside are like sauce bottles or like spice bottles, and that's what we're going to see them as, okay? Because they're a perfect fit for this little tiny gap. Now, throughout this interior here, you will see me struggle with my camera, because one, I think it is because way I manipulated the terrain so it sort of like covers half or a portion of the roof, and so that can sometimes bounce your camera up and down. Another thing that was getting on my nerves was that big tree there. I mean, I could have moved it, but at the same time I didn't really want to, and it's just got in my way so much. I mean, sometimes, because most of the time I was trying to put something on the wall, and I had to put the walls up so I could see, but the camera didn't like that at all, and so it just kept bouncing up. And I tend to decorate and quite like to decorate with my camera in the tilting mode, and I just couldn't do that. It felt odd and strange decorating it in the normal sort of like this sort of mode. I just got my nerves so much. I thought this place shouted and screamed, "I am the beamed living room," so I gave it some beams. Not entirely sure what's going up with the beams when they attach the walls, so they sort of dip down. I think that's a glitch, because that has happened to me once before, and it was a glitch. It was like a patch note, and they said they sorted it out. Clearly not. It's still there. It's kind of annoying. I can't do anything about it. You just have to live with it until they fix it. So yeah, if you have watched those videos that I have mentioned, you can kind of see the similarities coming now, really. I did try to do something different. I used a clock in here. I don't normally use clocks. If I do use clocks, they're normally like clocks on the wall, but I use a natural like grandfather clock. I do a lot of the decoration off screen, just because, like I said, builders or interior block, I had no idea what to do. I spent so long choosing a rug. I cut it all out because that was pointless. You watched me choose a rug for so long, bearing in mind this video was quite long anyway, so I cut that out. And like I said, yeah, I add a lot of clutter to this build, and clutter was going to take me a long time, and so I was like, no, sorry, you're not going to watch that. You're not going to watch me choose clutter and fight with the camera. No thank you. So the interior of this very warm, sort of like very cozy. It felt like it should have clutter. We've got 2 fireplaces in here. You only see me put down 1, but I do put 2 in, just because we had a bit of wall space and I didn't know what to put against it. Normally I would have put bookcases against it. I just felt like, no, I don't fancy a bookcase, I fancy a fireplace. The bedroom of this is it's very different to the main interior of this build, because the main interior of this build, like I said, it's very warm and cozy, whereas the bedroom, it feels like it had a bit more of a makeover, and it's very sort of white and creamy, but a nice sort of creamy colour, and it's very pink and sort of like pastel-y and cozy. I don't know if you want to put romantic as a label on the rude. And yeah, it just feels like it had a bit more of a makeover. It's a bit more up to date, but even more period kind of style, if that makes sense. These shelves on the walls that I put down, I do change them because when I was decorating with more clutter, I did find a sort of plate cabinet, a crockery cabinet, and so where the mirror is now, I just shift it all along to so it's a bit more further across to the fireplace, if that makes sense. So it's closer to the fireplace than it is to the kitchen. So where the mirror is, just get shifted along a little bit because I found a crockery cabinet. Is that what it's called? We've got one downstairs, but it doesn't have doors. It's just sort of like shelves, plates from Ireland for some reason that we don't use. It's just there, like decorative plates, and we just have fruit bowl tea set that we only use for like special occasions like Mother's Days and birthdays. And we it was in a set. We got 2 red white polka dot mugs, but it didn't come with a teapot. So me and my sister spent ages, so long, trying to find a red teapot with white polka dots and not the other way around. And we spent so long trying to find it, and we finally found it like months later, so our mum could use it. And my mum's not really using it; she's just only use it for special occasions. So it's better being used for special occasions than rather not be used at all. But we spent ages finding that poxy teapot. So here is the bedroom. As you can see, it's a bit more, I don't know, pinker, a bit more modern. I do like this 4-poster bed. Is that only 4-poster bed that's all like traditional? Yeah, because I think we've only got 2 4-poster beds, like full on 4-poster beds. Not like they've decided, yeah, let's not do the top and the curtains. I just cut it in half. Just do the prongs instead. Not talking about that because we have a cats and dogs bed that's like that. I'm so sorry, I couldn't get my words out. So. Oh, this thing here with the curtains, but it's all like the curtains on the wall. I've been doing this for my Georgian build. I am doing it. I know it's been bloody long since the last one, but I am doing it. Ooh, I've just had so many problems with this Georgian build. It's sort of like deflated me. I'll talk about it more once I finally get it done. It's just, oh my lordy baldy. I thought it'd be great. I can do this, I can do that. I got in the game. Oh my lordy baldy. It just popped me bubble. I was just so hyped for it. And then I got in game and realised we either don't have the object or we do have it but in the wrong colour and it's just me out. And so I thought the video was going to end here, but then I realised I didn't really like the colours, so I changed the colours very quickly, just pressed record very quickly and just changed some of the colours. And since I was changing something big and major, I thought I should take you along with me. So I think this video is ending now. I don't know because the screen for me is blank. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy my rambles. I don't know if I keep this one. I don't know. Enjoy the rest of your day. What you may contain. Thanks. Bye.